Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and what we're going to do in this quick video is just cover some news items because it's been a pretty hectic 24 to 48 hours of stuff that has been kind of spilled, leaked, and at the same time all round messed up. So let's cover a few things now in a little news segment. First thing to really cover is Kabam have acknowledged the fact that Act 5 Chapter 2 is coming. And they do this on Facebook, not on any kind of social media, except for this one saying that Chapter 2 of Act 5 is hitting contest soon. Think you're ready to handle the heat? We already know what's kind of happening, so sort of, yeah, we're pretty, well prepared. I think people are going to be farming units no end for kind of backups and stuff like that. This image here obviously is the collector, and he looks like he's in chains for some reason. Obviously, whatever the Grandmaster's got in the grand scheme of things, it involves the collector, who has mysteriously gone from the arena in the background. He's not sitting on his throne anymore. He's been taken away. This probably means that there's something to do with that. This is the Betrayal Chapter 2 segment, and it's finally been kind of teased by Kabam. The second thing is issues in game. As people will be aware, there was duplications of things, like duplicate events. There was 2 lots of everything, and it meant that it was a big problem for Alliance questing. So as a result, the Kabam decided to then drop down the Alliance quest and then bring it back up again. Unfortunately, it was around a time that was difficult for Europe and other time zones, so we woke up to just get like full ham into Alliance questing. Luckily though, we were given 30-minute kind of time frames to complete the kind of Alliance quest with, because if we didn't get 30 minutes and it was an hour, then you're going to be finding you're not going to be completing it. And we were planning to do map 6 today, but we're going to have to then wait until the evening of Saturday in the UK time, GMT, to then do it. So it was a little bit disappointing, but at the same time it was good that it was acknowledged for the 30 minutes points, because otherwise it's just not going to be done. The other thing is compensation. A lot of people have been screaming on things like forums, they've been screaming on the community group, also on the Facebook and Twitter, and saying, hey, are we going to get any compensation? Kabam did make a statement and said something along the lines of your login rewards as well as the calendar rewards, so and your daily cards and things like that, but they didn't mention anything with regards to compensation for the issues of Friday. But I don't know whether or not we're going to get it. It's just a case of we'll only know if we get it. If we don't, we haven't even received an apology message yet in game, so hey, we'll see if that's coming. Either way, don't know what to say on that. Another bit of news is this has been floating around. The story behind it is this was uploaded to the iOS App Store, so the iTunes Store, and then was quickly taken down. A lot of people are saying this is fake. A lot of people are also saying that, oh my god, it's real. But then you have to ask your question about Spider-Man Vulture. I can see it's very kind of logical being in the game. The wingspan and the kind of the idea of the character working can be pretty well done based on the experience from Archangel, bringing that in for a character build. Yeah, can work. But having a new Spider-Man suit brings on a lot more questions. Like, number one, is it going to be similar to all the other Spider-Mans, like what, Symbiote and the classic Spider-Man? The reason being, people don't want to see replications of striking patterns and specials. It just needs a little bit more kind of livened up. So I want to see something fresh and original if we are definitely having this version of Spider-Man. And Vulture, yeah, obviously seems incredibly logical based on Homecoming being in theaters next month, and it's great to see a Spider-Man film back in, and also original characters, like different characters than we're used to. But at the same time, yes, like I said, they have to get Spider-Man right and different. Getting him right is making him different. And if anybody's interested in finding out how Spider-Man's suit has changed over the years, I'll put a link to the description of Superhero Hype. And this is a great article that just kind of charts all the kind of different suits that's been through the years. You got the final costume here, we've got the Iron Spider here, and it just gives a little bit more information about how the characters evolved over the time period. And the great thing about it, it puts it in a timeline, so that's pretty helpful. And finally, it's really hard to pinpoint what kind of class these both would be, because there's technological aspects to this new Spider-Man. Would he therefore be tech? Likewise, when it comes to Vulture, would he be tech as well? But again, comparing this with characters like Falcon, would you say that this instead would be skill? But only time will tell. Tech or skill, the argument is there for that one. But when it comes to Spider-Man, the aspect of the change in the character from a human to the abilities that he has is all about that science. Yes, and we do revisit this pushing of the button thing, because Trokos has noticed as well that it did say, it says, don't push the button. If you resist the temptation on the 2nd of June, you'll get a different message from Rocket with a different rewards and a different title. And this has now changed to when the event ends. So obviously we've gone past the 2nd of June. 7th of June is when the next thing is. So if you have been tempted to press the button, don't push the button. Wait until the 7th of June and it will just expire, and probably the item will then be taken away. We'll probably, I don't know if we're going to get a little bit of a screw job, but I think with the current state of affairs with the game, I would probably say that they should acknowledge something of a better reward than what people got. So remember, don't push the button. Wait for June 7th, which, funnily enough, is close to the UK general election. So if we then, 8th of June is like, that's when the explosion is. Well, it's 9th of June when we find out what's happening with our country. But that's another thing entirely. But yeah, don't press the button. So that's been a quick roundup of news. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just a quick collection of news things that, instead of making one video to cover each thing, just make a small video with an amalgamation of those little stories. Hopefully things get resolved with the game going forward and everything is hunky-dory as well. Excited for Act 5, Chapter 2. Cannot wait. Hope you are as well. And yeah, don't push that button, and see you in another video. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.